Good evening, everybody. How you doing? I hope all is well. I'm Randy Knott from 5 on Your Side, here tonight in what appears to be a campground, and we'll get to my setup a little bit later. But right now, I am so happy, so excited to be with you for Sherwood Forest 19th Annual Blue Jean Ball Ignite. And we want to thank you for being a part of what we call a virtual format. We're coming to you directly via Facebook and on YouTube from the Spot Content Productions. I mean, these guys have put on quite the elaborate layout for us, because what I have here, hand sanitizer, because of course that's the way of the world now in 2020. But we've got the bug spray, we've got the lantern, we've got the fire. Don't you like the big truck back there? Is that something special? I'll tell you about that one a little bit later. That belongs to a buddy of mine, Cecil, and he's done a great job of bringing that onto the set. But it's fabulous. Maybe one day he'll take me out for a ride in it. Now, this past month has been unprecedented for Sherwood Forest. As many of you know, last week we announced that, unfortunately, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we could not hold our summer residential camp. But Sherwood Forest is a very resilient place. If you've come to this ball, you know that firsthand. The staff has been able to work hard at transforming our summer program into a virtual camp. Our goal is to have all of our campers continue to connect on the educational, nature, and community activities that make summer camp at Sherwood Forest oh so special. That's where you all come in. And I really do mean this when I say you all come in. As we go through this pandemic, we know that it's all of us. We got to be together. Well, tonight we have got to be together like never before, because tonight is the night that we make sure that dreams come true for these young people who don't have the opportunity to go out and touch the grass, smell the excitement of being in nature, to hear the sounds. We're going to make that happen tonight, because we are going to do what needs to be done to keep it going. We still need your support for our efforts to transform the lives of children in need through powerful programs that allow them to discover their self-worth, recognize and realize their potential, and become productive citizens moving forward. The Blue Jean Ball Committee has planned an entertaining evening for you, and trust me, it is an entertaining evening. In the next 2 hours, we will talk to campers and the staff. We will hear music from the local band Fresh Air and see your videos and pictures from home. All you got to do is post them on your social media platforms by using that hashtag, let me get this right, hashtag BJB2020. Again, hashtag BJB2020. Also, by following the link below, you can take part in our silent auction for items, and you can also donate directly to Sherwood Forest. Get your bids in early, because the silent auction closes at 7:30 tonight. And there are some fabulous things out there, some stuff that you want to make sure becomes yours tonight. All proceeds tonight will go directly to support Sherwood Forest campers and our year-round programs. We may be separated by distance, folks, because social distancing is the thing to do. After all, we want to flatten the curve, and we want to all be able to get together once again. But even though we're apart, we're going to get together tonight and hopefully raise $200,000 over the next 2 hours. Now, Sherwood Forest has been a part of the St. Louis community since 1937. In that first year at Quiver River State Park, with only a volunteer staff and $2,000 for food, Sherwood Forest provided its first camp experiences for boys and girls. Since then, the organization has grown to serve more than 1,000 children annually through our Quest, Supports for Success, and outdoor educational programs, and is now the only nonprofit serving low-income youth in grades 1 through 12 in the St. Louis area that offers a month-long residential summer camp experience. Our years-long, multifaceted programs build their personal characteristics and habits that kids need to achieve the one factor that most determines their future: sustained academic success. We address the incredible challenges that children of low-income families face in breaking the cycle of poverty. Urban poverty dramatically compounds those factors because it concentrates and isolates children. They attend underperforming schools, live in higher crime areas, and suffer disproportionately poor health outcomes. Camp provides kids more time for quality academic activities, helps build a sense of community and belonging, offers opportunities to develop and refine social, emotional, behavioral, and leadership skills, and have constant access to quality food and exercise. They pursue their own intellectual interests, resulting in greater emotional engagement and motivation to learn. The benefits of camp are further strengthened by the genuine connections that form with our staff who work to create a welcoming and safe environment so that campers develop a sense of belonging and acceptance. Many consider Sherwood Forest a second home, and the friends and adults they see every year as their camp family. Sherwood Forest connects with, educates, and inspires the youth of St. Louis. And in doing so, we help kids discover the best in themselves as they grow up to do good in our world. Tonight, you will learn more about Sherwood Forest and how it continues to impact the children of St. Louis and how we need your help to continue to do that. You could donate online right now at the link below on your screen by calling Addie and Lauren at Sherwood Forest's office. The number is 314-644-3322. Again, the number is 314-644-3322. If you cannot give tonight, please consider making a pledge for this year. Addie and Lauren will help you to make that happen because they're on the phone call, folks. They will pick up, they will say hello, they'll talk to you one-on-one. Fresh Air has been touring nationally, performing for over 10 years now, sharing a message of unity through positive words and high energy performances. Their feel-good sound is from American traditions of soul, funk, jazz, and hip-hop. Fresh Air's music has been featured on ESPN as well as performed in live venues in churches, fundraisers, community events, and in the clubs. The band is led by Nick Savage and Ryan Marquez and features an all-star cast of musicians from 5 pieces all the way up to 10-piece bands. That's extravagant, isn't it? Enjoy their soulful sounds and breathe fresh air. That is just what the world needs right now, isn't it?
For me to go? Awesome. We are so glad to be here. Fresh Air, my brother's here. We love to play, and this is such an interesting time. It's unprecedented, but we're so glad to be here and provide music. We thank Talent Plus for thinking about us, and all of this playing goes out to Sherwood. We are so glad to be a part of this at a time right now, and we hope that you continue to have fun. 1, 2, 3. Fresh on the real world, ready to go. Destination could be anywhere as long as I know that I can have my way and I could get into something. I'm going crazy sitting in the same place, but I'll go with the flow while I'm going insane. Cause as long as I'm with you, I know I'm going crazy in a good way. Come along, let's take a ride on this roller coaster life. We can leave the fear behind us. All I need is you by my side. Feels so good to know that you're here. All I need is you by my side. Feels so good to know that you're here. It feels so good to know we're on the same page, having a good time. I know you feel the same way I do, as if I were a kid again, hanging with my friends. The only difference is I'll have my way. I'll come and go as I please, no need to explain. I know as long as you are here with me, you won't find an interfere in me. Let's go, come along, let's take a ride on this roller coaster life. We can leave the fear behind us. All I need is you by my side. Feels so good to know that you're here. All I need is you by my side. Feels so good to know on this roller coaster life. We can leave the fear behind us. All I need is you by my side. Feels so good to know that you're here. Another day to be taken. Complication has caused some frustration. Seems like the answer's so distant, but in reality requires some patience. The deception, we have to wait for our break. We can't make mistakes and there's no time to waste. But in reality, the answer's within our dreams. We have to conquer fear, change our own destiny. Have to stop waiting on the world to change. While we're waiting, it just remain the same. We have a chance to make it happen now. Stop waiting. At the new beginning, we've turned off the TV and started to listen to self, cause nobody else has a better solution to a more beautiful ending. They say you reap what you sow, go on and plant a redwood tree. Sit back and watch that tree grow, yeah. In reality, the answer's within our dreams. We have to conquer fear, change our own destiny. Have to stop waiting on the world to change. While we're waiting, it'll just remain the same. We have a chance, make it happen now. Stop waiting now. Have to stop waiting on this world to change. While we're waiting, it'll just remain the same. We have a chance, make it happen now. Stop waiting, oh yeah, come on, Ralph. Remain the same, cause we have a chance to make it happen now. Stop waiting, oh yeah. Have to stop waiting, baby, on the world to change. While we're waiting, it'll just remain the same. We have a chance to make it happen now. Stop waiting, oh yeah.
Wow. That was fantastic. If you're not up and dancing right now in your living room, your den, your basement, your kitchen, wherever you're watching this from, then I don't know what's wrong with you. Let's hear it one more time for Fresh Air. Those guys have a great sound. Really a great way to kick off our evening tonight. We hope that you are enjoying the Sherwood-a-thon at home while you're reminding you that, tonight is all about Sherwood Forest. I want you to remember those bids for your silent auction items. There are some great items out there. And please, tonight you want to make those items yours so you get to take something home. At the same time, you give back to Sherwood Forest. It's a win-win for both sides. You could bid online by going to the link at the bottom of your screen, one.bidpel.net/BJB2020 /. Now, there are some great items out there. We want to show you a couple of them right now so you get an idea of what you're bidding on. But remember, you only have until 7:30 tonight. So if you're going to bid, you want to start bidding right now. Keep checking back time and time again because you've waited so long to possess that one thing. You don't want somebody to take it away from you, at least not this time. And remember, it's also for the kids too. If you've ever attended the Blue Jean Ball in the past, you know that we typically have around 300 people for Sherwood Forest's closest friends enjoying an evening of food and festivities. Unfortunately, COVID-19 has changed that, as it's changed much of our lives so far this year. So we invite you to share what you're doing at home, how you're celebrating the Blue Jean Ball by sharing your videos, your pictures, and your messages on our Sherwood Forest's platforms. So we have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have Instagram. Get on those right now. Be sure to use that hashtag BJB2020. Let us see how you are celebrating Sherwood Forest because we know how much you understand the mission and we know how much you love Sherwood Forest. Now, we couldn't have an evening tonight without having some special dedicated people who believe in our mission, and those are our sponsors. So we want to say thank you tonight to our sponsors. Our trio sponsor, Buckeye International. Our camper sponsors, Emerson, M3 Engineering Group. Our counselor sponsors, Alliance Credit Union, Lewis Rice, Commerce Bank, TSI Geotechnical Incorporated, Foley and Mansfield. Our campfire sponsors, SF Shannon and Missouri Foundation of Health. If you're at home right now, let's give them a large round of applause because thank you so much. Thank you. Without your backing, a night like tonight couldn't take place. Without your backing, a camp in the summertime for kids who really need it can't take place. So again, we thank you so much for being a part of Sherwood Forest, especially this year where we're going through such trying times right now. Now, if you've ever been to camp, you know that it takes people behind the scenes to plan out each and every day. The persons at Sherwood Forest who coordinate all of these moving parts is our camp director, Rachel Tutwiler. Rachel joined Sherwood Forest back in 2017 as a practicum student and became a full-time staff member in 2018. She has a BA in outdoor leadership from Warren Wilson College in Asheville, North Carolina, and completed her MSW at Washington University in 2018. Oh, by the way, my son is a WashU grad too, so Rachel joins us now via Zoom, direct from her house in St. Louis, Missouri. Good evening, Rachel. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I am doing great. It's sort of a different setup for me.
Yeah, me too.
It's actually indoors, but it does feel campy because it really smells like the woods right now. Now, Rachel, we understand that Sherwood Forest is not able to have the camp in person this year. Please explain to us what that means for the staff, for the campers, not being able to see these kids up close and personal, not being able to take them out into the forest.
Yeah, so as we've mentioned lots of times, camp is like a second home for most of our campers who come back year after year. And for our staff, it's a lot of the same feelings. And so when we made the decision to not run camp the way we typically do run camp, it was definitely sad for a lot of us. It's been sad talking to families who are realizing that their kids aren't going to have that special experience the way that we're used to. And for our staff, they're feeling the same exact way. You know, we all look forward for 8 months out of the year to get back to camp. Yeah. And we're just going to have to look at it a little bit differently this year.
It's extremely heartbreaking. I know that firsthand. But how does Sherwood Forest plan to continue connecting with the campers this year?
So we're planning to do a virtual camp that is going to be a combination of online activities. We're going to use fun things like Facebook and Zoom, like we're doing right now. But we're also putting together activity kits that we're going to send to all of our campers. So we recognize that some of our campers don't have access to the same resources as others, and we want to make sure that they're able to fully participate in all of the activities that we're doing, which is why we're putting together these kits that they can do at home on their own time or following along with our videos. Some of those activities will be sampled from our different department areas, things kids really like to do in our arts department, our outdoor living skills department, our A sports department. We're really trying to condense those into something that they can do from their homes, and still be engaged with us during the summer.
So why is it so important to have a summer program, even if it is virtual?
So a lot of us are feeling a sense of isolation right now. We're not able to see each other in person. We're not able to really leave our houses that much. And that connection is really something that everyone is feeling the need for right now. For summer camp, we really thrive on that connection with each other. And so this year, more than ever, we really feel like we have to do program in some way so that we can maintain those relationships with our campers and help them, stay connected with us, stay connected with each other, even though we're not going to be able to be in person together this summer.
Please let the people at home have a better understanding of how inspiring and resilient these campers are.
Yeah, so in my phone calls I've had with some families, as I mentioned before, there's been a lot of sadness, but there's been a lot of hope from all of these families. They are just, we're all struggling to get through this in different ways, and a lot of our kids are dealing with challenges day after day that have nothing to do with being in isolation. And so this is just one more thing that we see our families and our campers being able to embrace and find a way to move forward and stay positive in the situation.
It's such an emotional time right now, and I think it's a time where people feel hopeless because there's so much unknown right now. If you had an opportunity right now to go to a camper's home, sit down with them and talk with them and embrace them and let them feel like there's going to be a better tomorrow, what would you say to them right now?
I would remind them that we're still here. We're still a community. Sherwood, even though we're not in our office, we're not at our camp, we are still available to our families. I think that's what makes us really special, and definitely some of the things I've heard from our families in this time is that we don't have to be at camp to feel camp. And that's been a really important part of our plans moving forward for the summer, is making sure that we can feel camp in everything that we do, regardless of where we are.
Yeah, one of the things I get just from your voice is the emotions about this camp, the emotions you have towards your campers. How difficult is this for you right now to know that this summer of 2020, you won't get to be one-on-one with them. You won't get to see their faces. You won't get to see firsthand their growth, their maturity that you usually see during the summertime at camp.
Yeah, it's very emotional. I've been at camp since I was 8 years old, either as a camper or a counselor at my own camp that I grew up at. And so, even though I've only been with Sherwood for a few summers, I understand the loss that not being at camp is. And so for me, it's definitely, it's challenging to think about not getting to go spend the night in the cabins and not being able to swim in our swimming pool, not being able to hear those village fight cheers that they do in the dining hall that is so loud that you can't believe that kids can get that loud. But those are the things that I'm definitely going to miss. And virtual camp is a step, but it doesn't replace being able to have those one-on-one conversations with campers that really do make everything that I do year round worth it.
Yeah, you mentioned the chants, you mentioned the pool, you mentioned the kids staying in the cabins and things like that. When you're there and you're watching their eyes light up, kids who for the first time aren't on asphalt, aren't on concrete, but they're out there in the woods and they're working with their hands, that hands-on experience, do you see their eyes actually light up? Do you see them actually kind of change as little human beings?
Yeah, absolutely. There's so many, I hear lots of stories from families where they say, like, my child was this way at home, and then they went to camp and they came back and they were completely different. And that's because when they're at camp, they're in this completely different environment and they're trying new things. And it brings out a new side of campers that they didn't even know was possible. And that is really the beauty of being in that environment and being in this community,
Mm.
is that campers are able to kind of set aside who they imagine themselves to be, who they think other people see them as, and really discover who it is inside, what's true to them, in a really non-judgmental and freeing way. And so, yeah, camp has a magical power to do that for our kids.
Wow. It really is great to talk with you, Rachel, and get a better understanding of what takes place at Sherwood Forest. And I'm sure that you've been around a lot of kids who had never been to camp before. Does that blow you away when you think a kid living this close to the great outdoors has never, ever had the opportunity to experience the great outdoors?
It doesn't blow me away because I think I've seen it a lot. And really, when we look at our kids, there's a issue around access. And so kids are really close to nature, but we need to do a better job of helping provide that opportunity to get out into nature and to get to experience different things. And I think that's what makes Sherwood so great, is that we really do focus on that access and making sure that we can provide this opportunity to every child.
It's kind of something that makes you chuckle a bit because people will say, oh, it's just summer camp. It's just kids, hanging out by the campfire. But this really is a lot more than just summer camp, isn't it?
Yeah, so I mean, summer camp, it's much more impactful than I think a lot of people imagine. But even with us, our programs are year round. And so summer is definitely the root of what we do, and it is at the heart of everything. But that's not where we stop. Now we've made the decision to do a virtual camp versus a traditional residential camp, but we're preparing to be at camp in the fall if we can. We're preparing to run our year-round activities with our kids as soon as we're able to do those in-person activities. Because for us, this is a year-round experience. This isn't just 3 months.
All right, now, Rachel, I need you to put on your corporate hat right now. I need you to give me that plea. I need you to give me that fight song. I need you to motivate everybody at home. How can viewers at home support the efforts taking place this year?
Yeah, so as I said, we are doing things year round. And so even though we've made a decision to change what camp looks like now, we still need to be prepared to run our programs that we're anticipating in the fall and the spring. And so right now, we're really looking for people to keep supporting us. And I know a lot of that means supporting us financially. And we have lots of kids that we are serving in a lot of different ways through a variety of programs. And the way that all of our community, everyone who's sitting at home enjoying the virtual Fluging Ball, the way that they can support us tonight is to give and help us keep running our programs, keep making it happen, even though things look a little bit different this year. We're pushing forward. We have lots of plans for the future, and we're not going to let this be a setback for us.
All right, so I understand that there's a match challenge that's also going on tonight. Do you know about this?
I don't know about this.
Okay,
Tell
I'll tell you
me.
about it right now. Here's the deal. If we can get people out there to match by generating $10,000, we have some other folks out there that are willing to match that. So we get 10,000, it's really going to be $20,000. So when I tell you there's going to be at least $20,000 made alone on just that much, does that excite you, Rachel?
That's very exciting. We can do a lot with that money.
Well, Rachel, we're hoping to do 10 times that amount tonight. We're trying to raise $200,000. And I know the people of St. Louis know about Sherwood Forest. I know they're caring people out there, and I think they greatly understand what's happening in that area. And Rachel, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to be with us tonight. I know the disappointment that you're facing right now, but you got a smile on your face because I know you believe what's happening. Am I correct?
Yes, yeah, we're moving forward. There's no sense in looking back. We're just going to keep pushing through with optimism.
All right, Rachel, thank you so much. Have a great evening. Stay tuned and watch the rest of the show. I don't want you going away too far, but we're going to be here doing all we can to make sure that Sherwood Forest has a tremendous future. Thank you again, Rachel. Now, Rachel is sharing all about camp this year when it comes to the challenges and the changes that Sherwood Forest is making. to meet those challenges that are happening in our world right now. And it is a world that is so different from what it's ever been, at least for the people who are still on the face of the earth who've never seen anything like this before. Rachel shared why camp is so important to our campers. Let's meet one of our Sherwood Forest campers, by the way, Shadiah Simpson.
You're always going to notice Sadia like right away. She's a pretty big personality and she's very extroverted, and she's also very like motivated, and she's a great leader for the group.
I was Sadia's counselor in the 4th grade. That was the first year I had Sadia. She understands how to talk to the kids, how to relate to them, and if she has to come down on their level to relate, she definitely adjusts.
My name's Sadia. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, and I've been at camp for about 9 years. Me and my mom just recently relocated to Georgia, and I knew I had to come back for camp because, like, it's camp, like, it's a family. I had to come back for my last year. Well, personally, since I was little, I've wanted to be a counselor. I've wanted to be the leader. I think I've always, well, at least the counselors have told me, I've always, like, assumed the leadership role. I like to include people. I don't like to be bossy, but I feel like when I sit back and don't say anything, I'm like, okay, there's all this stuff I could be saying, all this stuff I could be helping to do. Well, it is my last year as a camper. It's like sad to say, but it's also exciting because you're going into a new adulthood. When you're a counselor, it's kind of your way of like giving back to the camp. Now it's your chance to give back to all the campers that are growing up like you. Camp grows you as a person. So like the D at the beginning of the camp is way different than the person I thought I was gonna be, like the person now. Obviously camp is helping so many people. You have so many more opportunities and activities and family bonds that you could be making at camp. If you don't feel like you get that anywhere else, you're definitely gonna get it at Sherwood Forest. So there's really no reason you shouldn't be going. It doesn't feel like the end of Sherwood. Once you're in the family, you're not gonna be out of it. Even if you stop going to camp, you're always gonna have those experiences. You're always gonna have those bonds. I wanna give a thank you to Sherwood for, you know, watering my plant, like watching me grow, helping me grow, and giving me opportunity, and giving me education, giving me just a certain type of feeling that I've never felt before outside of camp. Giving me a family that I can always go to if I feel like I don't have anybody. I know I have Sherwood. Thank you for helping me, you know, helping me help other people.
Now that is a wonderful, wonderful story. And it's great to hear her voice on tape. But we can do better than that tonight. You see, because we have something known as technology, this thing called Zoom that I'm sure a lot of you have done recently. If you want to have that office time at home, please welcome in Shadiah Simpson, all the way from Atlanta, Georgia. And Shadiah, first of all, am I saying your first name correctly?
It's Sadia.
Sadia, okay. You know, sometimes I'm not that good at names, but I do try. I try really hard. Now, you've been a camper since you were in the 2nd grade. Please give us an idea of what it was like to go to Sherwood Forest for the first time and what it has meant for you as you've been growing up.
Well, my mom and my brother used to go to the camp when they were younger, so I'd always heard about it, but I'd never been there. So when I was going in mini camp, it was like, when you first get there, it's like, I'm gonna be in the woods like for a week. That's like not good. And then when you get into it and you really find out what it's about, it's less of like the normal TV shows like Woods Camp. It's more of like, okay, these are like real people kind of like me. These aren't like just people who like to hike in the woods every single minute.
So that first time you go and you get there, How much did that first summer change you? How much did you grow up in that very first summer at Sherwood Forest?
The first summer is definitely one of the hardest because it pushes you to adapt to certain environments that you probably have never been in before. And you have to be with a lot of people your age, and you got to learn how to be independent. You got to learn how to learn new things that you probably never even had an interest in before then. So it opened my mind the first summer to like, oh, I can start doing these type of things that I wouldn't do at home. And it pushes you to do stuff like that.
Okay, well, having said that, what was your favorite activity at camp?
Oh, my favorite activity at camp would be overall, it was this thing called Beyonce Boot Camp. That was an activity, and it let the girls like dance, and we did the talent show, and it was really fun because it was kind of like your own empowerment. Like it was kind of empowering for the young girls, and then we would dance all together and be in a talent show. It was just a lot of fun.
So dancing Beyonce style, did you do Single Ladies? What was the song that you had to do?
I remember what was one of the songs? I remember we did Bow Down by Beyonce, and it's like I can't remember the words, but I just remember something at the end being like, "Oh, we're brown skinned," and it was just a really fun time, and I never really danced that much, and then I started liking it.
That's so good to hear. Hey, how has Sherwood Forest ignited your leadership skills and prepared you for your future?
Well, Sherwood Forest kind of puts you in a place to where you kind of have to be a leader, because normally on the outside, like on the outside world, some people could just sit in the back and watch other people lead. But in Sherwood, everybody has a certain time where they have to be a leader, and you have to learn and you have to watch people be leaders. So either way, if you're an introvert or extrovert, you're going to get the chance to lead somebody or to at least develop those skills at Sherwood. And that helped me out a lot, just putting me in those.
It's interesting that you say that, because this year would have been your first year as a counselor in training. What was it mean to you to be a CIT?
It would have, like, I was pretty bummed out when it got canceled, because this is like the year you look forward to ever since you start camp. You're like, okay, I had a really good counselor this year. I can't wait to be a counselor so I can like be the best counselor to these kids. And you learn every single year. So it was pretty upsetting because you really want to be a counselor, but it's fine.
You know, having said that, obviously you're older now. So you look back at the younger kids, and when you see them and knowing the opportunities that Sherwood Forest presents for them, how bright do their futures immediately become just as them entering that campground, just as they enter this new world in the summertime?
It's kind of like an eye-opener for kids when they look into their future, because Sherwood really shows you that you can do anything you put your mind to. Like the possibilities that you can do are just endless, because I've done a 100-mile hike and river trip. I would have never even attempted to do that before I went to camp. And it's kind of like, if I can do that, I can really do anything I can put my mind to.
You're ready to take on the world, is what you're telling me, right?
Right.
So right now I want you to take on the hat of fundraiser. What would you tell the viewers at home right now watching this ball? What would you say to them to get them to contribute to the fun tonight, to contribute to the future of Sherwood Forest?
Sherwood Forest is ultimately molding our new generation. So if you're funding to it, you're funding to help these kids get new experiences, to help them have bonds with families and friends that they probably wouldn't get when they're at home. You're just helping kids to get a whole new experience, and it like builds them up to be the best people that they can be.
That's all we need in life, is to be the best people we could possibly be. I want to thank you so much for joining us tonight. Isn't Zoom a wonderful thing?
It is. It is really interesting.
Who knew that this is how we would treat ourselves in 2020? But thank you so much. Take care of yourself. Stay strong, stay healthy, stay safe. Thank you for being with us. And everyone at home, as you heard, Sherwood Forest is a home away from home for so many of our campers. That need is not going away just because our world is facing such a dynamic time as we face this pandemic and meet it head on. Each year at the Blue Jean Ball, we ask for camperships. I stand here, or actually sit here on the campground and start asking for donations for certain amounts. And guests who are out there in the audience when we're live and in person, you guys start holding up those paddles and start giving me those bidding numbers. Now tonight, of course, we can't raise our paddles because we can't be one-on-one. We can't be together in one room. But as I sit here on this beautiful stage that has been presented to me by the folks here at Spot, on behalf of Sherwood Forest, to ask you to donate to the programs to support our counselors and for all of our campers out there. It takes a community to build a place as special as Sherwood Forest. Tonight, it takes you at home. It takes you to meet the need. It takes you to advance the program. Help us ignite the futures of children in St. Louis. Support the incredible, innovative, and creative discoveries they make while they're at camp and the discoveries they make within themselves. Join with some others watching tonight to kindle the love of reading, to spark the interest of STEM, and to give our campers the opportunity to discover the leaders that are within each and every one of them. Donate by going online and give at our website below or by calling the number on the screen, 314-644-3322. Again, that number is 314-644-3322. And I want to say thank you once again to our sponsors who have already answered the call by joining together and directly supporting this evening. Our trio sponsor, Buckeye International. Our camper sponsors, Emerson, M3 Engineering Group. Our counselor sponsors, Alliance Credit Union, Lewis Rice, Commerce Bank, TSI Geotechnological Incorporated, Foley and Mansfield. Our campfire sponsors, SF Shannon, Missouri Foundation of Health. We are going to come up within an hour to be live for Sherwood Forest tonight. We know that many of you are out there bidding on auction items, supporting the campers. So let's go ahead and check our donation board right now. Do we have that up somewhere? Can I see that? Whoa, $118,000, $295 on top of that. That's pretty good, folks. That's a lot of money. But you know what? Our goal tonight is actually much bigger than that. Our goal tonight is $200,000. So we've got a ways to go. So let's do it. Let's band together and make this happen. Let us, in our own little way, make a difference in the world, make a difference in St. Louis at one of the most trying times that we have ever faced as a people. I want to say thank you, St. Louis. Your support is incredible as we help kids discover the best that is within themselves so that they can grow up and do good in this world. But stay tuned. We have another hour of entertainment, interviews, and surprises on the way. But here, once again, is Fresh Air.
Coming live from Logic Studios, it's Sherwood Forest.
Am I getting older? Are the world growing colder? Are we starting to believe that you're an old limit soldier? Or did you forget yesterday to plant the seeds to reap the day? If your life is lost in disarray, don't delay, play it straight. It starts with you believe, believe in love today. The TV's blasting 9 to 5. All day long they're talking jive. Has anybody saved a life while they're losing? There's a tie. I'm pretty sure the time is right to seize the day and feel alive. If you're feeling lost without a lie, don't delay, it's time to thrive. It starts when you believe. Believe in love today. change we need is more than just a dream. And do we know the seeds we plant will grow? 'Cause love is always raining, only in my dream.
In my dreaming, in my dreaming,
Only in my dream.
in my dreaming, in my dreaming,
Only in my dream.
in my dreaming, in my dreaming.
Only in my dream. One step at a time, we can climb the highest heights. Realize it's gonna be a paradise. One page at a time, we can write the book of life. Understand the world's a paradise. Can we see the change we need? It's more than just a dream. Do you know the seeds we plant will grow? 'Cause love is always raining, only in my dream. Only in my dream.
In my dreaming, in my dreaming,
Only in my dream.
in my dreaming.
Only in my dreams. Only in my dreams. Only in my dreams. Only in my dreams.
In my dreaming.
Only in my dreams.
Come on, I hope you're applauding at home. Actually, I hope you're up at home, dancing around and having a great time. Fresh Air is such an exciting band, such a sound that kind of goes the entire spectrum. So you want to do jazz, you want to do funk, you want to do hip hop. I think the fellas have it down tonight. So once again, want to say thank you to Fresh Air. And don't forget, when you're at home, to share your pictures, send us your videos, let us hear from you with your messages from the parties that you're having in your house. Just use that hashtag BJB2020. Again, the hashtag is BJB2020. Now, I want to share with you some of the exciting things that you could bid on online in our silent auction if you haven't started already. But in order for me to do that, I've got to take off my regular glasses and put on my older man glasses, my reading specs. And I'm going to tell you about some of the exciting items that we do have available for you guys. First of all, we have a safari photo print. Now, this beautiful photo was taken in the National Park back in July of 2019. Perhaps you are an animal lover or specifically love elephants. The elephants are a symbol of wisdom and of loyalty. The canvas measures 3 feet by 4 feet, so don't miss out on this opportunity to take home this great photo right here. We'll also have the OAD New York handbag. Now, the OAD clear Harper tote is light and airy like a summer breeze, sophisticated in form yet fun in materials. It is bright white with a clear bottom and comes with 2 strap options. With summer around the corner, yeah, it's going to get hot around here, folks. You know that. This is a fashion statement piece that will have you just out there making sure everybody sees you because you've got the piece for the year 2020. We also have the American Girl doll. You could take home Melody Ellison, American Girl doll's 1964 Before Ever doll. Now, the optimistic Melody Ellison has deep brown eyes that open and close and thick black hair. She comes in an authentic 1964 outfit, a bright blue and green houndstooth A-line dress with a blue cowl collar and a blue bow on the crest or on the chest. All right, so if you're into dolls, you pretty much know what you're looking at right there. I didn't realize this is what people wore back in 1964. I was actually born in 1964, so at that time I was just wearing a diaper, so I didn't have all that to go with anyway. Now, there is a necklace that we also have here, and I want you to check out this beautiful pendulum that's on it as well. It is a brass fist and chain. The length is 28 inches. It is also adjustable. The stone of abundance, moss agate, attracts financial prosperity, especially for small businesses and for entrepreneurs. Talk about something that's a sign of the times. You really want this, don't you? This stone also assists with decrease in stress and a sense of trust to the Earth's cycles and patterns that we as humans are also connected to. So there you go. You need something for the here and the now. This is certainly it. So please start bidding on that just as soon as you can. All right. Want to get away? Don't we all want to get away? How about the St. James Club and Villas? 7 nights through 9 nights accommodations. Wow. Experience a private 100-acre peninsula in the southeastern coast with clear turquoise water surrounded by your own private oasis. Okay, I'm ready to go right now. Can we get out of here? You guys all want to go with me? Take the whole crew. We're out of here like yesteryear. The resort features 2 magnificent white sand beaches, 6 pools, 4 distinct restaurants, non-motorized water sports, tennis and fitness center, supervised activities for the kids, a spa, nightly entertainment. St. James Club will leave you with an amazing island memory for your entire lifetime. It's valid for up to 3 rooms, double occupancy. So do the math on that. 3 rooms, double occupancy. What is that, 6? Yeah, I went to math class. The winner is responsible, though, for airfare and all-inclusive supplement of $125 plus tax per person per night. Additional peak season surcharge of $50 per person per night applies from December 21st through January 3rd, February 1st through February 24th. This trip does not have to be booked until 2 years, specifically by the year 2022, so December 20th of 2022. Our last silent auction item, okay, you know, we like to save the best for last. Craft Alliance Center of Art Plus Design 1-year Craft House membership. Yes, let's go out there and make some stuff for the house. Express your creativity at Craft Alliance Center. Inspiration is right around the corner with an insider membership that includes member-only double discount sales in gallery shop, invitations, and special pricing on member events on classes. Winners will also receive a certificate for 1-year, 6-week class. Choose from a plethora of creative and educational classes such as clay, fibers, glass, painting, and more. This wonderful and crafty opportunity expires on May 30th of 2021. All right, so that sounds like a pretty good time for me. I can get crafty right now. I think a lot of us have time on our hands and would love to get crafty. Oh, I can see you all again. See, with these glasses, everybody's just a blur. Cecil's over there laughing, so I probably said something that I probably shouldn't have. Is that what you're laughing about over there? Cecil just called me old man. He's the one with all the gray. I shaved all of mine off so that no one knows my age, but I left a little bit here. Now, remember, our silent auction closes tonight at 7:30 this evening, and be sure to get your bids in as soon as possible. Visit one.bidpal.net/BJB2020 and find items such as the ones I just talked about. And like I said before, make that items yours. Tonight is the night. You take something home for you. At the same time, you give to Sherwood Forest in helping out these kids to have a better future, a better tomorrow, a better hope for our overall society. Now, Sherwood Forest Supports for Success program prepares summer camps alumni for college and for careers as well through job readiness training and mentoring for post-secondary success. Participants learn economic self-sufficiency, form some community connections, and develop strategies for building healthy family and social relationships. They have been connecting several times each week using technology since shelter-in-place orders stopped them from gathering in their normal meeting places at the Sherwood Forest offices. We also want to take a break right now? Yes. Okay, I'm just watching hands behind the camera, guys. This is new for all of us right now. So we're going to take a quick break just to give you an opportunity for you guys to get up, stretch your legs, hit the restroom. It's sort of like going to the movies and you have that intermission. Let's all go to the lobby. So head to the lobby place of your home and we'll be right back in just a couple of minutes. Welcome back, everybody. Wasn't that video spectacular? Spectacular in the sense that you get to see firsthand what it is like for these children to go to Sherwood Forest, to get an idea of the fun that they have, the challenges that are presented to them. And what I noticed most of all was the smiles. Everybody was smiling. They were having such a great time because they stepped out of their normal element. They were challenged and realized they can meet these challenges, realize they are more than what they may have become at that point in their life. And I think moving forward, they understand that so much opportunity is out there for them. And that has a lot to do with those counselors that are there at Sherwood Forest, but it has a lot to do with you at home for making Sherwood Forest even possible for them. Now, as we said earlier, we're trying to gain about $200,000 tonight. That's a lot of money. A lot of money. Yeah, I know that. But you know what? If everybody gives just a little bit, well, that just stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks on top of each other. And the next thing you know, you've not only reached $200,000, you may have gone beyond $200,000. So tonight we're doing this together, but we're doing this separately. But as we do this separately together, some of you have already started to send in your photos to let us know just how much fun you're having in your own homes. Let's take a look at a couple of pictures that we've received so far. There's one right there. Someone's having a great time, got the TV on and just enjoying themselves. Let's see that second shot. There it is. Man, is that a fire in the foreground that I see? Oh my goodness, they've got their own camp going on over there. There you go. That's how you celebrate Sherwood Forest. And just know that there's so many kids out there who don't have some of the things that we have, that only know one type of life. This is an opportunity to give them that shot at a bigger and hopefully better life. Because you know what? What goes around comes around. So as they enlighten themselves, they then enlighten the world, and the world becomes a better place. And doesn't that sound good? Especially with all that we're going through right now. Now, Sherwood Forest Supports for Success program prepares summer camp alumni for college and careers through job readiness training and mentoring for post-secondary success. Participants learn economic self-sufficiencies, form community connections, and develop strategies for building a healthy family and strong social relationships. They have been connecting several times each week using technology since the shelter-in-place orders have stopped them from gathering in person for their normal meeting at the Sherwood Forest offices. They know everyone is cooped up at home, but here tonight is Mietta, Maurice, Michael, Ben, Mila, and Tommy offering some tips on how to bring camp to your home.
Hi guys, I'm Mia. Here's a fun bird feeder craft for you guys to remind you of camp. Nice.
Are you tired of sitting and doing nothing in your house all day long? Consider doing this. Working out and riding your bike inside, like what I'm doing right now. It helps you move those legs up and down, and also helps burn more calories. So I suggest you guys do this as well.
Hi guys, my name is Mila Sweeney and I'll be doing a little quarantine vocal video. So first we're going to do some lip trills, and we're going to take our pinkies, we're going to put it at the side of our mouths and just blow. Perfect. Then we're going to find our diaphragm, so you find your bottom, your last rib, and go towards the center. You found your diaphragm. So then we're going to go ha, 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 ha. You should feel your stomach going in and out. Thanks for coming and stay safe and healthy.
What's up everyone, this is Tommy Hogan, CIT counselor at Sherwood Forest. I want to encourage all the staff, campers, and counselors to stay home and stay safe. And while you're at home, try this challenge. All you have to do is grab a circular object around you, a roll of tissue for example, and just juggle it a few times. And make sure to tag or notify a few of your friends. I nominate Maurice Tingle, David Irwin, Katie Waters, and Emily Mess.
Well, that looked like a lot of fun, didn't it? A lot of things we can do when we're just sitting around the house thinking, there's nothing to do. Well, now you have a few things. I don't know about the toilet paper deal, though. I mean, that stuff is valuable these days. You want to kind of hang on to that as much as possible. Now, parts of the support for the program requires all of our participants to be employed each summer. And many become counselors in training at camp in Lesterville each year, learning a variety of jobs and building their skills as employees, not to mention extending their visits to their favorite camp. Joining us now is one of Sherwood Forest's counselors in training, Kennedy Woods. Hello, Kennedy. How are you doing this evening?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I am great. I am great. I have you can't see it, but I'm in my own little forest here. We're having our own little camp to keep this thing going. Now, you became a camper for the first time in 4th grade. What was that first experience like?
Well, to be honest, I didn't really want to go there at first, but my parents kind of encouraged me to go. And when I got there, the counselors were like very encouraging and they pushed me to try new things. And I made some new friends that lasted like forever that I'm still friends with now. And it was just like the start of my whole camp journey, and it's got me to where I am today.
Now, you were at Sycamore Village that first time. What was that like to be at that particular place?
I just know like it's like a good place to start with because in Shire you're kind of young and you're not allowed to do everything that the older kids are. So we still got to do all the activities and the evening activities that everybody did. But my favorite part about it was we had book club, and I was a big reader in 4th grade, and we read the Boxcar Children's series. And then once we finished our book, they gave us the complete series of the Harry Potter. And I was really excited when I got it.
I see that smile on your face. You remember that like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
How have you grown up with Sherwood?
When I first started, I was really shy. Like I wouldn't try to go out and talk to new people and try new things. But now, like if I know I'm scared of something, I will try my best to just do it and just hope that all will be well. It's just helped me grow up, become the person who I am today. They've helped me get my first job, and I'm just growing. The more I go to camp, the more I grow.
That is wonderful. Now, Sherwood Forest is, of course, rooted in tradition. So what was your favorite ritual or tradition while at camp?
Probably the closing council fire, because every village has their own song, and like campers try to see like whose song is going to be better, who has the best meaning. And that's just like a little competition that campers have. And it's also the place where people dedicate their sticks and just reflect on the summer, just a place to look back on the memories you created.
Now, is that a sad time as well?
Yeah, it's a sad time, but it's also happy. It's a place to say goodbye and just,
Friends forever,
farewell.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, I bet. Hey, how has Sherwood Forest ignited your leadership skills and prepared you for the future?
With Support for Success, they have helped me just like grow up more. In one of our meetings, we talk about like how we plan for our future, like how are we going to get our next job, they taught me about voting, which I didn't really know before.
Oh, wow.
And now I know how to do it. They help us with learning how to be professional with job interviews and just going out into the public. It's very helpful. It helps me grow up a lot.
Yeah. You feel pretty good about your future right now? You feel pretty good about, the next 10 years of your life?
Yes.
Yeah, I could tell. I could tell in your voice. What does it mean to you to be a counselor in training?
Um, well, it just shows like how much I've grown starting off in fourth grade and going through every group and now just seeing where I am and how I can help the younger kids who don't think they can make it to where I am. It's just a good place to look back on.
Wow. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. I want you to help the younger kids right now in a special way. I want you to tell everybody watching tonight, everybody who has a bank account, a wallet, spare change, whatever they have, I want you to tell them why it is so important for them to give to Sherwood Forest.
I think the biggest part that would help towards money is just helping the third graders with the reading program. They use tablets to read and do projects, and books in the library are very helpful with the STEM program to do new projects and just spend spare time reading.
Are you still doing a lot of reading yourself?
Yes,
Did you finish all of the Harry Potters?
I did.
Okay.
Multiple times.
So be honest with me now. What's better, the book or the movies?
I like the movies more. The books are a little slow, but it's better to read the book before the movie just to compare.
Okay, okay. I watched the movies, they didn't read the books, but my kids, they read the books and they enjoyed it. So I'm with you on all of that. Thank you, Kennedy, so much. It was great speaking with you tonight. All the best to you in the future and looking forward to having you work with the kids as we move forward with Sherwood Forest. Thank you again.
Thank you.
And we want to remind everyone that the silent auction will be closing very soon. I think we have the counter. Want to put that up on the screen right now to give you a better idea of just how many more minutes you have. It looks like about 8 minutes at this point. So you want to go back and check to make sure that one item that you want most of all doesn't fall into the hands of someone else. Okay? This is your time to be aggressive. This is your time to move forward. This is your time to grab, and take all that is yours, because while you're doing that, you're also giving back to Sherwood Forest. You're also making it a great place for kids like Kennedy. And you just heard her story and all that has happened for her since going to Sherwood Forest and where she is today. It is a wonderful story. Now, while you get ready for that closing, let's take a time to see all of you partying out there in place. I hope you all have your fans. Okay, I got my fan right here. Going to wave that around a little bit, keep me cool, because you know when you're at camp, you've got the mosquitoes around, so we've got the bug spray, and of course I got to make sure my hands are clean, so I've got the hand sanitizer. But most of all, you want to stay nice and cool. I'm sure you guys also have the popcorn and everything else, because what's a party without some popcorn, right? You got to have popcorn. What else you guys got going on out there? Let us know. You know the hashtag. The hashtag is BJB2020. Again, hashtag BJB2020. So I want you to send that to Sherwood Forest right now. Your pictures, your videos, your comments. We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter, we've got Instagram. No matter where you go, we are there. So please let us know how you're enjoying yourselves tonight, because this is indeed a special night, a different night, because we're not all together like normal. We're not all sitting around a table having dinners together, swapping stories and good times and laughs, but together. While we're separate, we can make an impact on this world like it has never seen before. Once again, we're trying to raise $200,000. It sounds astronomical, but remember, in the last hour, we're already at $118,000. So not that far to go. And remember the challenge, the $10,000 challenge. So if we can make $10,000, that's going to be matched. So that $10,000 is really $20,000 and gets us that much closer to having $200,000. Man, let's make this happen. There's our total right now. $125,000, $560 on top of that as well. That's great. Man, that is magnificent. And I want to say great job and bravo. We're very, very excited about that. But you know what? We can do better. We can do better. We got $75,000 more dollars to go. And I know St. Louis, the bi-state, everybody who can hear my voice right now and see this face, I want you guys to give us something, because I said before, every little bit counts. If you can just do $20, $10, $100, $100,000, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and give, because what you're doing, as I said before, is indeed making this a better place. It may not seem like it's going to be all that different because we're going through so much right now. But as you know, as a nation, we've been through some tough times and we've made it through. You know, the saying, tough times don't last, tough people do. And as Americans, we are tough people. As St. Louisans, we are tough people. We made it through that pandemic back in 1918, known as the Spanish flu. We then made it through the Great Depression. We're still standing and we're rebuilding. And as we rebuild, we want to make sure that what we leave behind is a great place for the next generation that's coming up. You want to make sure that that next generation knows that you love them, that you care for them. And that is what Sherwood Forest is all about. You think it's a summer camp, you think you're just going off and going to sit by the campfire and maybe roast some s'mores and maybe make some baskets and things like that. It's so much more than that. Because these kids live in the inner city. They don't have an opportunity because it's not necessarily safe just to go to the playground and play or to go to a park and meet up with their friends. Now more than ever, they need that safe space, but not just a safe space to play. They need a safe space to discover who they are and what they can be and what they can become. So the challenges that they will face while they're at camp are those challenges that are going to build their character, that are going to build their self-esteem, that are going to build their commitment. They're going to build that thing called I get knocked down and I get back up again, because for the first time in their life, they're going to face some things that they've never seen before. How do I get through this? How does it even matter? Well, it does matter, and they can get through this, and they will become better citizens, and they will make this a better place. But all of that starts tonight with the money that you give to help Sherwood Forest move forward in the future. This is a challenging year, 2020. So many people have lost jobs. So many people are struggling. But we do know that 2021, we're going to be back and we're going to be better than ever. Let us make sure that we have the pieces in place so that as we go on to 2025, 2030, and so forth and so on, that the people, the citizens of our great city are prepared and ready for it. And that is what Sherwood Forest is going to bring to them. It's going to bring them the opportunities to learn about who they are, that they are capable of becoming better than what they are right now, that they are capable of facing a challenge and conquering a challenge and then knocking down the next wall and the next wall and the next wall. And then as they continue to climb, they reach back and they bring another child along with them, because they'll go back to the neighborhoods and they'll tell them about all the experiences that they had at Sherwood Forest. And those experiences are ones that are going to see a light come on inside of them as they tell mom and dad, their brothers, their sisters, their cousins, anybody who has an opportunity to stop and listen and talk to them are going to have a better understanding of the person that they're becoming. And those kids, they too are going to want to go to Sherwood Forest. But we got to make sure that there is a Sherwood Forest. And so tonight, I'm asking you to give. I'm asking you to dig inside and find that one element that says, yeah, I can do without another latte next week. Maybe I don't need 400 rolls of toilet paper. Maybe 20 rolls are going to be enough to get me through. And use that extra money to give back to Sherwood Forest. That's all we're asking. That's all we're asking. We're asking that you help us help a child, because that's what we're all here for, is to make sure that those children have a better tomorrow. Are you with me on that? Let's do this. Let's do this together.
1 minute on the auction.
We've got 1 minute left on the silent auction. 1 minute. That's 60 seconds. And in the time that I've talked, it's less than that. So pick up that phone, get that laptop, whatever you need to check your bid. Make sure your bid is still the number one bid, because we're probably around 30 seconds left to go on that. And the more I talk, the closer we're going to get to that, the horn going off to say an end to the silent auction, because it ends at 7:30. Okay, how we do it on time now? I don't, do I see a clock? Oh man, you guys, they're asking me to read a clock. That is a good, I don't know, 30 feet away from where I am right now. You already know I wear 2 sets of glasses, one set for the eyes that can read the teleprompter, the other set for the eyes to be able to read a piece of paper. Don't even ask me to pick up my cell phone. I can't read that at all. Okay, right now we're down to 20 seconds, folks. 20 seconds. Get those bids in. Get them in now. We're closing in on 10 seconds. Almost there. We are now at 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's the horn to say the silent auction is now closed. For all the people out there who did the bidding, that drove those prices up and through the roof, everybody in studio right now, we're going to put our hands together. We're going to say thank you so much. You know what? My camp, it may seem like I'm at my camp all by myself. That's because I try to put the kids to bed early, so I got to have some me time. But I got a couple of fellas out here with me tonight, keeping me company, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Of course, we're all social distancing because we understand it isn't about us. It is about we. It's about all of us. It is about being together. And that is why we've all come together tonight to do our best to help out Sherwood Forest, because we want to make sure that things are progressing in the right way for the children in the St. Louis area. All right, guys, where am I going now?
Fresh air.
I'm going to fresh air. I got to ask them because I've been off script now for the last 5 minutes. Trust me, I just keep talking. But it's a very important night for me. I've been a part of Sherwood Forest for a number of years now. I've met the campers, I've met the campers, I've met the counselors, I've met the people behind the scenes, and I know their dedication, and I know what they want to do. And so I want you to be a part of that as well. But right now, I want you to rock and roll. I want your soul to come out. I want you to get up and dance and shake a tail feather. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, fresh air.
Give it up for Sherwood Forest. Okay, here we go. 1, 2. Live from Logic Systems. Give it up for Sherwood Forest. Why is there so much destruction in this time we live? Something's gotta give, and we all deserve a better situation. The time is not a taking. Sit around and we'll just waste it. I see, oh, 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 oh. A child has been left alone. All he knows is a broken home. And I say, oh, 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 oh. He grows up without a care. But I have good advice for you, my friend. Wake up, it's time to free your mind. You gotta start thinking and let your light shine. I know it's tough, but you can always get through. You gotta do what's right for you. The feelings you're feeling are more than just a sign. Gotta focus on the love and leave the fear behind. Today's a new day, it's gonna be a brighter day. Today's a new day, it's gonna be a brighter day. Today's a new day, it's gonna be a brighter day. Today's a new day, it's gonna be a brighter day. It's time to face our mistakes, move forward and begin again. It will be okay. Prevent the mess we made before, set an example worth waiting for. Together we can find a way. Yeah. And I say, oh, 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 oh. A child has been left alone. All he knows is a broken home. And I say, oh, 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 oh. He grows up without a care. But I have good advice for you, my friend. Wake up, it's time to free your mind. You gotta start thinking and let your light shine. I know it's up, but you can always get through. You gotta do what's right for you. The feelings you're feeling are more than just a sign. Gotta focus on the love and leave the fear behind. Today's a new day, it's gonna be a brighter day. Today's a new day, it's gonna be a brighter day. Today's a new day, it's gonna be a brighter day. Today's a new day, it's gonna be a brighter day. Today's a new day. It's fresh air and we're here to clear the atmosphere. It's more better than all of the other chatter, cause we've been educated to make it stay illuminated forever together. It's like fire-lit aspiration, making world-class music for uneducated nations who just might not appreciate the bit of miles and jazzy styles. Cause you ain't seen me on American Idol, but I'm making my own musical title. MD direct my own show and call it Truth or Liars. It's about the man who can help the poor, but continues to deny us. That's why I'm banking on self-reliance. You can't take away my intelligence, no. Maybe tax me, but that's irrelevant, cause I'm the fifth element. And that's why I'm gonna keep on telling them, keep playing games, and then I'm gonna sick my mind of them, cause I ain't got no time for them. I'm gonna approach my dream and be a part of the game. The music industry faded, I've been wrongfully shamed. If you're feeling what I'm feeling, fresh air is right for you. It's that natural antidote, come on and breathe in the truth. Wake up, it's time to free your mind. You gotta start thinking and let your light shine. I know it's tough, but you can always get through. Gotta do what's right for you. The feelings you feel are more than just a sign. Gotta focus on the love and leave the fear behind. Today's a new day, it's gonna be a brighter day. Today's a new day, it's gonna be a brighter day. Today's a new day, it's gonna be a brighter day. Today's a new day, it's gonna be a brighter day. Let's take it to the top, fellas. I am. Time is out, chances become few. I give away my pride, lost my vision too. And I found myself questioning my dreams. Had a backup plan, but here I stand, gone half crazy. In this game called life, some win and some lose. Heard it all before, but it's my time to decide what I'm gonna do. So maybe I'll go back those dreams and dream those dreams again. No worry, I know that I can win. If you know how it feels to believe you can win, don't give up, just give in to those dreams that lie within. There they were, saying to me I might have to give it up, turn into a man, cause dreams are for boys and you played around enough. Coming from the so-called friends, sounds like they've given in, but I can't deny what lies inside this man. In this game called life, see some win and some lose. I'll take my chance today as a man who takes pride in doing what I wanna do. I won't take no for an answer, make my own rules. I play my own game too, I can't lose, so here I am. I'm a brand new me, I got the swag of a millionaire. Feeling like a king, I've seen my fate. I know if you know how it feels to believe you can win, don't give up, just give in to those dreams that lie within. If you know how it feels to believe you can win, don't give up, fight, because we can win. We've got our dreams, and what we must do is step up and fight while we pursue where we go.
Good evening. Let me take a moment to introduce myself. I'm Prescott Benson, the new Executive Director of Sherwood Forest. Prior to joining the team, I was with a local Boys and Girls Club for over 8 years and would refer you to Sherwood Forest Camp Summer Camp programming. I'd like to start off by giving a small agency update, reflecting on my own experience with sheltering in place, and ignite the theme of our event. Before launching into my agency update, I want to recognize the significant loss of not having camp down in Lesterville, Missouri this summer, and all of the emotions of pain and grief that come with it. The camp is our second home, and for some, it may be their very first. I want to take a moment to thank both the program and operational teams on their collaboration to develop this year's virtual camp. Also, if the circumstances change, we do have scenarios in our back pockets to implement should the current environment change. Recently, we received a lovely text from a parent, and I want to read a small excerpt from it because it made me very proud of the Sherwood Forest team. The parent said the following: "The days are running together, so I'm not sure when, but someone from Sherwood Forest called us recently to check in on us as a camper family. That meant the world to me, and we are by no means the ones who really need it." I think those words describe the care and compassion that is exhibited through the whole Sherwood family. This includes staff, board members, campers and their families, and donors and foundations that have taken a significant interest in the work that we do. While camp might not be opening, the facilities team is almost finished with the transformation of the old Wiggins dining hall and library and working on things that come up when you have 478 acres of land and numerous buildings to manage. From an administrative standpoint, we've been in close contact with our partners at the United Way, Mental Health Board, the Missouri Foundation for Health, and the ACA. Countless calls, conference calls, and endless Zoom meetings, just like everybody else. I want to take a moment also to thank the fabulous ladies of the Blue Jean Ball Committee and the few men with them and how they came together with Angela, Lauren, and Brianna to put on the first ever virtual event for Sherwood Forest. I also want to acknowledge the hard work of the staff and the board that made this event possible. While the crisis has brought death and destruction in so many different ways to our shores, there's also been a revival of the great American spirit of philanthropy and altruism at work in St. Louis, the U.S., and throughout the world. We have migrated from a place of transactional interactions that are meant to secure our own families, friends, and personal networks that ensure that their social, political, and economic needs are met, and deeming all others as being strangers and aliens, to an abode of transformation where we have banded together in a common social interest to defeat this pestilence that is ravishing our land. As we have cast aside the mentality of transaction for transformation, we have been experiencing a revival of the better angels of ourselves. And all the selfless and communal acts of altruism that we see every day in real life and on the local and national news. We're showing ourselves and our children in the world we have the capacity to be that city on the hill again. There is also another transformation taking place in our city, country, and around the world, and it's the concept of hero. Moving heroism away from the exploits of the battle and sports field and the titans of industry. This movement reminds me of the song Everyday People by Sly and the Family Stone. I like the first stanza, which says, "The butcher, the banker, the drummer, makes no difference what group I am in, I am everyday people." To the frontline healthcare workers, bus drivers, postal service workers, the UPS drivers and FedEx people that are delivering groceries and all sorts of things, and to the grocery store clerks and baggers and clerks that we meet, and the pharmacy technicians that are there to give us our medicine, and countless others that are helping to keep things going. We laud their work and we praise them for being on the front lines as they do their part, and our part while we stay at home. Ultimately, we are recognizing their worth and their dignity, and all that we can redefine the notion of what it means to be a hero. Earlier this week, while watching a local newscast, it covered the passing of Judy Wilson Griffin was covered. Judy was an African-American nurse that worked for the SSM healthcare system, who spent her whole working life to fight against the health disparities experienced in low-income and predominantly African-American communities, as well as tackling the issue of infant and maternal mortality rates. She had an amazing career that started in the U.S. Navy back during the first Gulf War. However, she had to overcome the adversity and the implicit bias that existed over 30 years ago in the Navy. As a community, if this pandemic had not come, we would have never heard about Judy and about her incredible life, or the other everyday people that were now being featured on local and national news. One of the best things to come out of this time is the community demonstrating to our youth what it means to tackle a crisis, what it means to persist, what it means to be resilient in the midst of adversity, and to live by the golden rule and think differently about the people that we don't know. Sherwood Forest is 83 years old this year, and it was established in 1937 in the heart of the Great Depression. We have a long history of overcoming many obstacles that have been thrown our way and in our path, and are adapting to the circumstances that we find ourselves in presently. Our work is critical to the community. 100% of our leadership program graduates finish high school and move on to post-secondary plan. Because of the foundation of opportunity and education started at Sherwood Forest, 95% of our alumni report no longer living in poverty. As you can imagine, this year's crisis is difficult. We haven't seen anything at this level ever before. But we have a long history of overcoming obstacles and encouraging our campers to do the same. Help us to ignite the future of our young campers, even when the unknown of our current world appears scary, isolating, and detrimental to their success. We know that's not true. History shows us that the Friends of Sherwood Forest rally to our cause to support our campers and our organization during these challenging times. During the interviewing process for the executive director's position, I referenced the iconic song by Billy Joel, "We Didn't Start This Fire," and it's true of the Sherwood family here today virtually. We didn't start this fire. It's always been burning, though. For Sherwood, it's been burning since 1937. While we did not light the fire, we can continue to ignite the fire by giving of our time, talent, and treasure. Your charitable gifts do mean the world to our organization that is one of only 3 over the whole United States that does the same kind of work as us. During your time in sheltering in place, may you experience rest, peace, comfort, and may you and your family and friends experience safety and wellness.
It's always great to listen to Fresh Air, but what a wonderful, wonderful remarks from Prescott. When you think about the things that he said, angels, heroes, everyday people, and the fact that now, such a horrible time in our lives, we're seeing some of the best that people have to offer. Instead of people saying, "Oh, poor pitiful me," they're saying, "What can I do for you? How can I step out of my character and help make you a better person? How can I help ease your burdens. We're seeing that right now, and that is a beautiful, beautiful thing. It's sad, though, that it took this for us to be that way. But as we move forward, we have the opportunity to be that way every single day. But tonight, I want you to take that opportunity to step up and be that hero and to be that angel inside of you and to help out Sherwood Forest. Tonight, I want you to say, you know what? I am going to make a difference in the life of a child, and it starts right here, right now. Help us, help St. Louis, help Missouri, help the United States of America, help the world by giving these kids the opportunity to be better people. We talk about stay-at-home orders, shelter in place. Well, imagine this. Once that's over, you're able to go and be every place you want to be. But for those kids, every day is a stay-at-home order. Every day, it's get off the bus, go in the house, close the door, because the outside world is unsafe for them. They do not have the opportunities to go run in the grass, climb a tree, be a kid. So yeah, right now we're all inconvenienced with this stay-at-home order, but once this is over, we go back to our everyday lives. For a lot of kids out there, stay-at-home order is their everyday life. Let's get them outside. Let's get them to Sherwood Forest. Let's get them the new life that they can look forward to moving forward in this great nation of ours. Can you do that for me tonight? Can you help me out tonight? I know you can. I've seen it before. Let's do it again. In 2018, Sherwood Forest concluded a very successful capital campaign that allowed it to expand and improve campsite facilities with outdoor learning environments, STEM programming areas, a new library, an additional residential village, dining hall, and other features with our campsite over 2 hours away. We know many of you have yet to see the impact of how these improvements are changing the lives of our campers. But let's take a look right now. Watch this video.
I think one of the great things that we can do at Sherwood is getting those kids opportunities to come out into the woods and out into nature. So it's really great for us to be able to provide that opportunity for kids to come down here.
One of the things that I think camp is really great at is helping young people overcome obstacles. It's not just helping kids to overcome obstacles, but also flourish within them.
It helps you mold into the person you want to be. Camp gives you something to do. It gives people chances and opportunities to do stuff they wouldn't do on a normal basis.
I think Sherwood brings out the best in people. Sherwood is going to push them to do things that they aren't sure that they're capable of. And it's going to be hard, but they're going to come out of it seeing more of their own strengths and feeling more confident in themselves.
When I look at the dining hall, I start to wonder how we could fit so many kids in that small dining hall that we had. And then you kind of look at this place and you just see how much space we have, and it makes you wonder like how we made it happen.
I love the new buildings. I remember we would have activities in the old library, and now seeing the new library, I don't even understand how we had activities there. We have so much more space. It just makes a lot more things possible for the campers.
But now you have all of this amazing space to create and plan. You can have creative writing sessions in there. All of these wonderful things that, because you have more room to do, it creates different pods and module spaces for kids to work within. I look at all the spaces, I think community and building and gathering, because all of our spaces are not just beautiful, but places where people want to be.
How can you not watch that video and not be blown away? I mean, that is just incredible to see the fun that these kids are having, fishing, being in the cabin, the dining hall, the swimming pool, all the facets of life that they probably wouldn't normally get. Well, we know they wouldn't normally get if they were at their own homes, but that is what Sherwood Forest provides for them, the opportunity to discover themselves. That was fun. Let me show you something else that's fun. People are now sending in their pictures so that we can see how they're partying at home. And how about this right there, a selfie? Who's that handsome guy in the background? I know him from somewhere. Hey, I want to thank you guys so much for being a part of the Blue Jean Ball. I mean, this is totally different from anything we've ever done before. But as we said before, this is a new normal, at least for the time being. And we're making it work. You are making it work. You continue to give, and we're so impressed with what you're doing. But don't stop now. Remember that angel inside of you. Remember that hero that you're capable of becoming. Let's do that right now. Now, tonight we have shared stories. We've heard from campers. We've heard from staff. We looked into your homes as you all have partied in place, and we were entertained by some wonderful music. It's been a wonderful celebration at Sherwood Forest, but tomorrow the work continues again. Yeah, it does. It does, because the children that they serve will still need additional resources that only our staff can provide. Our staff will be planning for a summer program unlike any we've ever seen, in hopes that when the world opens up again, opens its doors, our campers are back at camp, the place they love so much. As we ignited the child in each person out there and every child that we come in contact with, as we have for each of our alumni who's been a part of Sherwood Forest since 1937, we look to our community for support. So please consider your campership donation tonight. Give directly to the website below or call the Sherwood Forest office and talk to Lauren or Addie. That number is 314-644-3322. Again, 314-644-3322, and pledge your support for tonight and for our future. Consider a monthly gift, a way to support our campers year-round. But let's make sure that we do this together to make sure that Sherwood Forest can continue to serve the children from undersourced communities in our area and give them the education and the opportunity and the rights to have fundamental things in their lives that are so important to a child's success. And as before, we want to say thank you directly to our sponsors, our trio sponsor, Buckeye International, our camper sponsors, Emerson, M3 Engineering Group, our counselor sponsors, Alliance Credit Union, Lewis Rice, Commerce Bank, TSI Geotechnical Incorporated, Foley and Mansfield, our campfire sponsors, SF Shannon, Missouri Foundation of Health. And I want you guys also to know this. Our silent auction was great, but we still have 7 items out there, 7 items that you can make yours and at the same time decrease the need for Sherwood Forward moving forward, increase the donations that are given tonight. 7 items still available, including 2 trips. Come on now, who doesn't want to get away when we can actually start to get away? Do that now, make a difference for the kids. Get this, you're going to have all the way until 10:30 tonight. So I'm going to say this, and it might sound bad, Cecil, when I say this, but go ahead, have another glass of wine. Think about that trip and go, you know what? When my other person is out of the room right now, I'm going to push send and I'm going to get that trip. And when we're all able to get back together again, they're going to thank you for it, because now they have the opportunity to go somewhere and enjoy and relax. And it's all because you had a couple of glasses of wine. And remember, you can't go anywhere anyway, so why not sit back, relax, and enjoy and do something great for our community? All right, we're now coming to the end of our evening, and what an evening it has been. This is your last chance to donate to the Blue Jean Ball while we are live on the air. Please visit the website that you see below, or you could call our offices. The number again at 314-644-3322. Can we check our totals at this time? Can we go ahead and throw some numbers up for everybody? I hear some music in the background. They're stirring, I'm stretching. $173,635. That is tremendous. That is tremendous. You guys have done a wonderful job, But I don't know if you remember what I said in the beginning about our goal. Our goal is $200,000. So we still need a little bit more than $26,000. If you have the means, if you have just a little bit that you can give, please do. Because that little bit that you give means there's not much less that we have to try to go and get. Yet we're able to help that many more people. So go ahead, write that check, swipe that credit card. I don't know what you want to do. You know, take some money out of your pockets and take it right over to the office and leave it on the front door, or hand it off 6 feet away and make sure they get it, because we need it and it's going to make a difference. Now, remember this, folks. We could not have done this without you. You have been there for us, and we want to thank you so much. Sherwood Forest continues to support the children in our area from low-income families and underserved communities in Missouri and in the state of Illinois who live at or below the federal poverty levels. To learn more about Sherwood Forest, visit www.sherwoodforeststl.org or visit us on Facebook, Twitter, or on Instagram. Guys, it has been my pleasure. It has been an honor to be a part of your night tonight. I don't know what more I can say to you outside of this. What you did tonight will change the world tomorrow and change the world moving forward in the future. You heard from some of our former campers who are now counselors, who are now people who feel so much better about themselves, so much more accomplished. Let's continue to do that. Let's continue to give so that we can have a whole generation of people out there feeling accomplished and ready to take on the world. I thank you again. Have a great night. Be safe and wash your hands. Oh, I love my can.